What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. Thug love is rooted in guilt. And, this starts with a quick story. I was telling a friend of mine that, that her son, she's having issues with her son, not with her son's behavior, but how people treat her son. Little 2-year-old boy. Little 2-year-old black boy, and she has a niece that's like, how old is she now? Like 4, maybe 5. So she was assuming that, daycare situation was going to be the same experience that her niece has. And it's completely different. And people are completely, out of pocket with this little boy. And it's heartbreaking, right? And I was explaining to her how, this is what it is. This is the difference between the boys and the girls. And now as a mother, she's, I can't say she's doing this, but per se, but I know it happens so often. I'm just going to use this as an example. She's questioning her success and women's empowerment and the sisterhood, because she's seeing that women are predominantly the ones doing this to her son. It's not men doing this. It's women with the bad treatment. It's women trying to get this young boy accustomed to being treated horribly. And it's a different world. She has a different point of view, because what she would say a guy is being whiny about, now she's like, wait, so these guys are really getting treated like this at this early of an age for these reasons, and it makes no sense. So by the time they hit a certain age, it's like, oh, because we had to have this discussion about, how with a boy, you might have to operate outside of the box of the normalcy of American logic and rationale to get actually inside of the box. It works in reverse. And now she's seeing it. Thus, the thug thing. There are a lot of ladies who benefited off of thugs. And in a sense, what I mean is a lot of y'all were able to be good students because the school system taught you one way and taught the boys a different way, especially the boys who wound up being quote unquote thugs, right? Because they treated them so bad that at a certain point they just said, well, I'm going to just be exactly what y'all treat me as and how you see me. I'm going to turn into it. So there's a guilt involved in knowing that, these boys were held back, even if they were pushed, past and moved along forward. So now it's, I owe you subconsciously because of, you gave me cover. And then you got this idea where, the bad boy is cute, right? So now he's cute. Plus, if I have him around, I can always be if it goes bad, he's my bulletproof vest that I can put in front of me to ride my wave to success. And thus you feel guilty because you know you're doing it. He may or may not know you're doing it. But also he's your scapegoat if things go bad. Oh, it's him. So when people go, well, why are these girls so, intrigued with these type of guys? Is because they're just like them. It's just, they're just like them without consequences. He gets the consequences for everybody else's irrational mind, and he gets the consequences for her being viewed as an angel and him being viewed as a demon. And she gets the benefit from both. So now you get that, why I don't get this relationship. Well, you should. Because ultimately what's going on is you just have one person who is starting to enjoy the fact that I'm higher on a social hierarchy than you, because I've been riding you while you've been under the bus. You've been under the bus and I've been in the seat. And I know I'm part of what put you under this bus. And I know you know this. So now I love you so much because I owe you. So now, oh my goodness. So now I'm in a situation where we've come along in a situation where somebody doesn't want to admit that there is no real love in these situations. There is no love in these scenarios. There's just guilt. And the guilt is basically rooted in the fact that I'm not getting out of you. I'm not going to get you out of this situation. But now I can make you my adult scapegoat too. You get what I'm saying? So now I can become more of a deity figure, because maybe I can fix you. Because I've watched you get broken your whole life and I've benefited off of you being broken. But now, you know, I owe you, but I don't know how to fix you. But I'm going to keep giving you a shot over and over again. And thus the disdain in some ways, and I wouldn't even say it's disdain or disrespect, it's just the lack of effort with the boys who chose not to be the bad boys, because ultimately they had more direction and self-confidence. So that's what happened. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch y'all on the next one. Peace.